Hi, everybody. Today I'm going to be planning out the week of, I believe it is the 18th through the 24th. I did not even look at my dates. The 18th through the 24th, hopefully, question mark? Yes. The 18th to the 24th, 2022 of July in my makselife vertical undated weekly. This is actually a live stream I'm filming with my patrons, but I will be just editing it down for all of you on YouTube because I'm taking a break from doing the main live Plan With Me's for about a month and a half. So we'll talk more about that later, though. Today I am using this Krissyanne Designs. It's from the Celebrations collection. Was it this year? I think it's this year's Celebrations collection. It's like a summer one. And I am feeling very summery right now. I mean, it's 96 degrees right now. It's balls hot, so very summery. And then I ordered a few of the extras to go with it, including this washi sheet, which is going to be handy. And then I grabbed a couple of skinny washi tapes that match the color scheme. This was last week and how it turned out. I am loving it. I'm also back in my office, amazingly enough. I am at my desk and I am working on the setup. If you notice anything interesting going on here, for example, how have you... Emery, I'm throwing this up here as an example of comments I can now pull up during my live streams with this new software I'm using. However, does you have a customer service voice in videos? It usually only starts out that way when I'm like still... Even after making like more than 1,200 videos and I don't even know how many live streams, I am very on edge when I start filming, when I start live streaming. I'm always like in this like weird spot. And then as I continue on, I start to get into my more normal tone of voice. But the openings, I swear, I'm just coming into it thinking, fuck, I'm such a poser. Like that's just basically the way things go. And yes, Andrea, it is the TJ years. Anyways, here's my week. And I'll tell you a few things that happened this week before we get into the planning. First and foremost, I had a really bad kidney day, but that's okay. We're going to move forward from that. I said good things. Good thing number one, he came on Tuesday to check out, like to do the consultation for our ceiling and figured it actually wasn't that bad and he could just patch it all that day. So that day, I actually got my office repaired. I did not get back into it until today because I didn't have time to we had to do clean down here and then move all the furniture back and my furniture's not light. So yes, the ceiling is fixed. I'm back in my office. It's not painted. It's similar looking enough that I can just be like, okay, I'll just live with it until I'm ready to repaint. Because when I repaint in here, I want to repaint like the whole place, not just the ceiling. So there's that. But I'm back in the office. The second cool thing was that the Lizzo released her new album and she did a Peloton class. They did a Peloton class with her new album and some old songs. And she showed up at the class with her backup dancers. Now, I didn't take it live. I heard a lot of people got booted from the live just because there were so many people trying to get in. I didn't take it because I wound up having to go pick up Jesse's car or take Jesse's car to get his tire fixed. I wound up taking it later, but it's the first time I've been on the Peloton in who knows how long, but it finally on my little habit tracker has a Peloton on it. So woohoo! Also that day, I forgot to mention it to those of you in the hangout earlier. I forgot to mention that I got my car back as well. So car is back. Jesse's car's tires fixed, took the Lizzo class, went to the Lavender Festival on Saturday and had a fucking blast. And I did these things, so I should check those off. So that's all the fun things. These are the good things that have happened in the last couple of days. So I'm in a great mood. So let's move forward to, I already got my weekly actions, already did my weekly reflections. So let's move forward to the week and get started. Let me give you some thoughts about my rental car. Of course I appreciate that we have the rental car benefit in our insurance. We pay for it. So it's not like they're doing it for me because they're nice. Like they pay for the rental for me for X amount of days because we pay for the service. The problem is you get that is fucking crooked AF. Well, whatever. Okay. You get the rental benefit for X number of dollars basically, and it gets used over X amount of time. And I could have maybe had it last a little bit longer if I had taken, instead of the comparable, well, it wasn't even comparable. I had to get the minivan. All of their SUVs that they had in their micro SUVs and their medium, whatever, mid-range, whatever the Nissan Rogue is, because that's what I have, they were all vandalized the night before I went in to pick up my rental car. Somebody went, because this is not an airport rental place. This is like an in-town rental place. As somebody, I guess, came along and bashed the mirrors the rear view mirrors that are on the sides of the cars. They bashed those off of all of the SUVs, among other things, but they had a bunch of cars get damaged. And so all they had for me was this minivan or like a Toyota Tacoma. And part of my problem is I struggle getting in and out of sedan type cars, especially smaller ones. Jesse has a Honda Civic, like a Honda Civic coupe, like a 2-door, which he loves. It's hard for me to get in and out of because of my kidneys. And so I figured I should just take the minivan. Have you ever been in a hotel room? It's a non-smoking room, but it smells like maybe the last couple of people who stayed there smoked in it anyway. Have you ever been in like a hotel room like that where you've got that residual funky cigarette smell? That's what this minivan smelled like. It smelled like somebody had rented it for quite some time and smoked in it. And it was also very like intense to drive. It wasn't, and also it fit very well in my garage. Like it fit, but it was like a constant when I was trying to pull it. Because what we have is we have a 2-car garage. It's one of those 2-car garages where the doors are actually 2 single-car garage doors. Like there's like the little like post or whatever in the middle instead of 1 2-car garage door, which is fine. But this minivan did not fit very well inside of it. And so I had to be very careful driving in and driving out. And this minivan had one of those older antennas on it, like the tall metal ones that were on cars all the time before. And for some reason, even if I pulled in perfectly straight, when I was backing out, it would start hitting things, even though it didn't hit things on the way in. So I don't fucking know what I did wrong. I was grateful to have it, but I was glad to be done with it. And then we had to turn it in on Thursday last week because we were running out of our benefit. We were allegedly going to get my car back that week, but then we wound up not getting it back till this week because they had to, one of the things that wound up making the repair more expensive was that the little camera, the 360 camera that's in the front of the car, because it's 2020, got damaged. They had to replace that. And then they had to send it to the dealership to get recalibrated and then get it back. So anyway, the point being is that I got my car back. I love my Rogue. I highly recommend my Rogue. The Rogue that we traded in was a 2010, and that the first problem we ever had was with the air conditioning. So we just traded it in and got a newer Rogue, which is what I wanted because I love that car. Should we go with green or pink? I feel like we should go with green. I'm still doing the plant stuff here, so I'm still doing the weather and then the blood pressure, which I need to actually be more on top. My doctor wants me to bring my planner with me so he can see my blood pressure record. So he basically was telling me in a nice way, Cindy, get back to checking your blood pressure every day. So I didn't do that this week. I will be back on it this next week. Hold me accountable when you see me on our plan with me next week. Weather, blood pressure, both the garden check-ins and the dinners. And then I really was liking using the habit tracker for Hot Wallet Summer here. So I think I'm going to do that again. I'm going to use one of the blues from the light blue from the, I believe this is the fluorescent new Zig Clean Color dot marker colors for my dots this week because I think it looks perfect with this kit. Oh my God, both of you, I had 2 questions, one after the other. We have Michael, and then with no kids around the house, and then we have Amy with how you guys doing without the kids? We're fine. I mean, I miss them, but let's be realistic here. They're teenagers. We didn't see them very often. They were often in their rooms on their computers. So we did not see them as often as we would have liked. But I have been missing them, but it's gone by really fast because between the water and the ceiling and all these random things happening, our weeks have been so caught up with like bullshit that it's been hard to miss them. Sonny did enjoy their camp, Michael. Sonny had a great time. They said that it was both a hot mess and amazing, and they're so glad they went. So yeah, they had a great time. They're both with their dad now, and then they both are going to be seeing my sister very soon. I remember doing this with a previous Celebrations collection kit, using the little doodles to cover up the hearts. There are so many on here that are food related. I might be able to cover them all up with food. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn it. I mean, this one's food, but it's big and I don't want it that big. So, okay. I'll use the little Good Times and Tan Lines planner one on the last day. This week I'm using this Pentel Finito extra fine porous point pen because the Papermate Liquid Flare was starting to leak a little bit on me, and I had a bunch of these because I used the shit out of these last year, And I decided to go back to them because I'm really into this porous point, extra fine kind of situation, just to put in my planta and green stock. I need to actually go out there and do some, like, beyond just watering. I need to go do some pretty major pruning and harvesting on the green stock. The heat has both exploded the stuff and made it like get huge, but also it's needing some maintenance that I just have not had like the energy or the time to go do. So that is definitely on my list for this week. I've heard that the smoky dot markers are going in and out of stock. Like, you can catch them like Pokemon, gotta catch them all. You just gotta kind of keep your eye out on them. So I have a question for those of you who are dog owners. I have never owned a dog before. When we go to Bend, we are going to be doing probably a bunch of stuff around the water. There are going to be times where Layla is going to have the opportunity to go swimming. I have no idea what to expect with a dog who is encountering water in the context of that for the first time. Like, does she need to be trained to swim? Will she know what to do? Will, like, the dog paddle come naturally to her? And her biggest fear with the bath seems to be the running water. So, I mean, she's still scared of the bath, but she's getting better. And as long as Jessie runs the water before she's in there, that seems to help. But I'm just very curious as to what we should expect. I've already asked my sister to help me figure out, like, quieter places as opposed to places that are going to be crowded with people or crowded with, or have be loud water running, to maybe go to the river. It's not going to be a pool, Kim. It's going to be either the river or the lake. And we will definitely be keeping an eye on her and not letting her like get out into any sort of current or whatever. You resisted buying a purse that you really wanted. I am very proud of you. I will share the same win with you in that when we went to the brewery that we went to for lunch after the Lavender Festival yesterday, it was in the same center that has Guitar Center, which is where Jessie wanted to go, of course. And so we did, but it's also a center that has Home Goods, Michael's, and World Market all in a row next to each other, and the Container Store right down the street. And Jessie was like, do you want to go to the Container Store? And I was like, no, it's part of my no-buy. He's like, what if you tell me you want something and I buy it for you? I'm like, no. So I held strong. I'm very excited for her to learn the water and everything. I'm like, fuck, how the hell does this work? And I'm not going to go throw the cats in the water because they would fucking hate it. I did have to run Odin. Oh, this fucking kitty. So have you ever had a cat? Okay, if you have this is like long hair problems, right? Like long people hair problems. Because this happened to Loki too. In the process of eating other things, eats a long hair. And it could have been any of ours. It could have been mine, Jessie's, Sonny's. Well, Sonny's hair is actually shorter now, but like mine, RJ's, or Jessie's hair. The kitten eats a long hair, and then he goes to poop, and he poops out some of the hair, but the poo is hanging on the hair. This is so gross, I'm sorry. The poo is hanging on the hair, and then hanging out of his butt, and then he goes off running, and he drags the poo along with him and leaves poo all over the place, and then Jessie scooped him, and there was poo everywhere. Like, fucking nasty little fucking, I don't even know why I got on this, I don't know why I got on this tangent about the poo hair. Editing Cindy here. Pretty sure I got on the tangent about the poo hair because I had to run Odin's entire backside under the sink, going back to the whole putting the kittens in the water thing. Moving on. Christina, dude, there's a business Costco, like a Costco with like business stuff. Business Costco is shit in bigger sizes. Oh my God. Like, I don't have Costco on my list of stores I'm not going to go to, but I think if possible, I'm going to do like Instacart Costco to keep me from buying, because like we get the same shit, right? We get the same shit all the time. We get like salad, like the spring mix, because it's the best like price to get that amount of salad. And if we're doing like a salads week, then we need all that lettuce, chicken or whatever, and the big packs there if we're going to have a bunch of chicken that week. And then I get... sometimes we get the muffins, but there's like a handful of things we always get the same from Costco. And then there's like the other things like, toilet paper and paper towels and all that we just get in like we get Layla's bully sticks from there because the Costco bully sticks, I swear to God, I don't know what it is. every bully stick gives her the worst like gas and like gross poops, except for the Costco bully sticks. The Costco bully sticks that come in the big pack. She loves the bully sticks because she's a chewer. And so they are one of the few treats / toys we can give her that will actually occupy her for a while when she needs to like burn off some of that like intellectual energy. And there's just nothing we can do about it at times. Those bully sticks are perfect for that. So we'll get those there. We get her like greenies there, like the Costco brand, and she gets her dry dog food from there. My Costco strategy is to do my best to rotate the big pieces, like the big things. Like if I have to buy paper towels, then I want to make sure that I don't have to buy toilet paper that week. Does that make sense? Costco is about as close as any grocery store we would go to just for regular stuff. So when we lived in Napa, Costco was like an hour drive, 45-minute drive. And so I wouldn't go anywhere near as often. I do like one big trip once a month. But now I can go once a week or once every other week. The problem is that even to get to the things I know I buy at Costco, I have to walk past all of the other things. And there's always stuff that tempts me there. And so to maintain my no-buy, going into Costco should be very few actual personal trips into Costco as possible. Good on me for avoiding my temptations. Fuck yeah. Yeah, we use the shit out of Costco for specific things. I have not been in a Sam's Club ever, so I have no idea if Sam's Club is better than Costco. I'd never been close to one before. Now I am close to one, but I already had the Costco membership. The reason I'm doing this is for two reasons. One, I kind of wanted just to bring the weekend sticker down a little bit from this other piece. I didn't really think about that. But also, the kids fly to Oregon on Friday. So... and I need to make sure to put on my planner that I have to email their itineraries to both my sister and my ex-husband because I haven't done that. And they're flying from my ex-husband to my sister. So you would think that I would have been a good mom travel agent and sent that information. But I was not a good mom travel agent. I was a shitty mom travel agent for that. So I got to email that this week. It's a little crooked. Or maybe my lettering is just crooked. That's also entirely possible. It's a thing. I see one of these. I'm like, oh, that lettering's kind of janky. Wait, who did that? Me? Oops. Got this. Emma put some weather in. I've decided, I said this in the last plan with me. I'm going to start doing Monday through Thursday when I put my weather in because my original reason for only going through Wednesday, like doing half the week makes sense because weather changes, right? So there's that. But then on top of that, the reason I went Monday through Wednesday is because the old Erin, I don't know if it still is because I haven't looked at an Erin Condren in 85 years, but like the old Erin Condrens, the verticals were notes column Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the rest of the week. Whereas here it's the rest of the week, then Friday, Saturday, Sunday notes column. And so I don't like only having 3 days of weather instead of 4 days with this page. So I figured it's half a dozen of one, 6 of the other. So it doesn't really matter, right? All right. Oh God, this week's going to suck. All right. So tomorrow, fucking hot, Mang. 98. 72. That's not even cooling off at night. Balls in my climate change mouth. Jesus. 94. The world is burning down. Ooh, down to 89. So balmy. Throwing this up here for Emery's comment because the whole no ethical consumerism under capitalism. That is the thing I remind myself of when I have to do things that I feel like I am morally, like I have to go somewhere for some reason and it's somewhere I would prefer not to go, but I have to go for whatever reason. I remind myself of that because all we can do is the best we can do. And on top of that, so this is something I was listening to. There's a few sustainable YouTubers that I follow, which sometimes feels like it's an exercise in masochism because I do not lead a very sustainable lifestyle. We're trying to make small changes, but it can make me feel bad about myself. But this particular person I was watching, her name is Shell Bizzle on YouTube. She was talking about how, do the best you can with what you have. But remember that all this emphasis on people like putting the onus of this shit on the individual is just moving the focus off of the corporations, which are the ones who actually hold the power to make real substantive change. So just remember that. You feel guilty because you're going to Sam's Club instead of because it's owned by the Waltons. But just remember that the Waltons, like, your purchases that you're making for your own budget with what you can afford and what's available near you you're doing the best that you can. And these corporations are doing the best that they can to pay no money in taxes and everything else. It's a whole rant I could totally go on. But the point is that I remind myself that while I would prefer to be a fucking ethical ass motherfucker when it comes to everything I do, I don't always have the ability or the money or the time to do some of these things. But I am not the one who is like, my things I'm doing have some contributions to the shittiness of things, but corporations bear a large brunt of that. All right. Habits. Podcast idea. Ethical consumerism. Oh, dear God. Disabled people, that's another thing. Like, online shopping, especially Amazon, is amazing for people with disabilities. But it's just, again, we get so torn up by, I'm not saying to not vote with your dollar or to not do what you can. I'm totally saying that. Do what you can within, like, the things that are important to you and the things that you're worried about. However, don't beat yourself up if you have to use a service or shop with a company because that's what you need to do. So much effort is put into us taking on the emotional responsibility and the guilt of doing these things when we are not the ones. We are not the ones who are causing the worst of it. Monday, I saw this sticker. Where'd it go? I saw this sticker. Less Monday, more summer. And I am hella putting that right at the top of my Monday. Where's my calendar? Monday, I have I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Thankfully, it's telehealth. Dear God, because otherwise I would be like, fuck. I have to drive somewhere at 8 a.m. No, but I am going to put a side-eye face, both because it's 8 a.m. and because it's a headache clinic appointment. Though I will say I'm actually relatively excited to talk to her because I have had good luck so far with the medicines that she's prescribed me. I had a migraine start to onset. I've had 2 migraines start to onset since I had my appointment with her a couple months ago. Both times the medications have worked. I'm excited to report that to her because I don't think I'm going to have to try anything else anytime in the near future. And she's about to go on maternity leave. So I think the reason I got squoze in at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning on telehealth is so that I could see her before she went on maternity leave. The other thing I've got is I'm walking Layla in the morning. What are we going to do for Layla walks? Since this is a different style of kit, there's less boxes and shit. Boxes and shit. I don't have enough boxes to put in walk Layla. Motherfucker. Wait. No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take these guys. We're going to use these guys for the time. You'll see what I'm doing. I've got an idea. So that's Monday. I'm just going to leave it at that for now because I don't want to think too hard about tomorrow. Because I have a lot of work waiting for me. All right. So Tuesday is an office day for Jessie, and it is not going to be a Layla office day. So Layla and I will be living our best lives together. Oh my God, they're both asleep right now. I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to show it to the patrons, and then I will pop it in the replay. Let me take this picture here of what I'm looking at from my desk. And I'm also going to try and do this week what that I was trying to do last week, which is add as many items off of my weekly actions into my schedule. Because the thing that happens to me sometimes is that I just assume I'll do them whenever I get a chance. And then when I get a chance, I'm like, nah. So if I schedule them, I have a higher chance of actually getting them done. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to use one of these too. We're going to utilize, there's so many of these little checklists and I never use them as checklists because it's just not my style. So I might as well find a use for them, right? And save the stickers that I would use otherwise. Jessie at office. Do have to go grocery shopping. Maybe I should do that tomorrow. Fuck, I haven't done that yet. I was supposed to do that today or yesterday and I just didn't get around to it. And I have my car back. Okay, so Tuesday I'm doing both Layla walks and then there's a patron live. Okay, so that's Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I got nothing happening except for a Layla walk. And then Sonny has an appointment that I just need to remember to text them and remind them about, because if I don't, then they won't remember to do it. They do, but like, it's one of those, like, why leave it to fate kind of situations. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Sonny is notorious for not waking up on time for their appointments. And I have just found that I tend to be a little less stressed out if I text them and remind them. Okay, Thursday, we have another. I'm almost out of these. Look at this. And I'm not going to buy new ones. I probably will buy new ones once I get out of my nose bend. I have other stickers I can use. I do love these. I want to keep using them. I do love them, but I don't want to buy any more until after my nose bend is over. So I will be out of these this week, actually. This week or next week. So Michael asks, is there a reason why Sonny still sees the dentist in Napa and RJC? Yeah, Sonny has braces, and the way it works, at least with this orthodontist, and I think with a lot of orthodontists, is that you pay up front for the whole treatment, and then you pay up front for the whole treatment, and that covers everything. That covers all the phases of the treatment, like all the appointments. If you have to go in for extra appointments, you just pay up front for all of it. And so we already did that. We paid for it. Sonny's had their braces for a couple years now. And so we actually paid for all of it a couple years ago. We had a payment plan, but we were able to finish paying our half of it off because we were only paying half. Russell paid the other half, and then insurance actually took care of some of it too. Trader Joe's actually has halfway decent orthodontic insurance. It's not great. We used it all. We used up all of Sonny's benefit, but like, it wasn't even half, but still better than nothing, right? So we paid for all of it, and Sonny is so close to being done with their braces that it didn't make sense to go see another orthodontist and have to pay extra on top of that when we've already paid for it. So we just tried to schedule their orthodontist appointments around either trips that they were already making to California, or if Jessie has to go for work. All right, so Thursday, Jessie's taking Layla to the office, so I'm not responsible for walking her that day, except I may take her out in the morning, but I don't think I'm going to have time, because in the morning, I am taking Lou to his doctor's appointment. He has his his vet appointment for his year checkup, because he's 3. My little Lulu is a 3-year-old baby. And so Jessie, I think, is handling the walk that morning. And then I also have a nail appointment, which I will use this pink sticker with the coconut, because if I want one, I can have a glass of wine at my nail appointment. I won't, but if I wanted one, I could have one. So, and that appointment takes like an hour and a half, so it makes sense to have it fill up with a big sticker. Lou's appointment shouldn't take very long. I don't think he's got a lot going on. We just want to check. He has lost a little bit of weight, but we think it's just because he hasn't been eating as much, because the kitten has been all up in his business. And because the kitten has been all up in his business, he's been way more active than usual. So I'm not too... Same thing happened to Loki when we got Lou. Thursday night, Jess and I, once I'm allowed to buy stickers, I told Kristen I'm going to have her make me dog-friendly date night stickers again. But our dog-friendly date night on Thursday night, I am very excited about. So I already told those of you in the Hangout about this earlier, but I'm so excited. So Jess and I and Layla are going to a bar in Denver that is horror movie themed. It's called Slashers, and they show horror movies, and it's a pet friendly bar. They've got like a pet friendly patio. On the 3rd Thursday of the month, they have a new thing that they started doing this year called Critters of the Night, and it's like a bring your pet night, and they show an animal themed horror movie, and they take pictures of your pets. They offer what they call a rabies shot that your pet will actually like, which is I don't know what it is. It's like a pet friendly like little treat. I'm all about that. I don't actually know what time we're going yet though, but we are going. This is my fucking bar, right? They made a bar just for me. Yes, they did. I'll put this unplug sticker right across the top. I'm doing an early walk with Layla. So I'm not putting a sleep in sticker because I have to get up early enough to take her for an early walk. Because, and so I'm actually going to put that, use this like excited, well, not excited, but like wakey Steve, because Jess is taking her to get her nails done at the vet. Like we have not gotten the nerve. I know you guys have suggested like a Dremel and things like that, or a nail file, like a metal file. We just have not had the nerve to attempt to do Layla's nails yet. So he is taking her to get her nails clipped. And so I'm going to take her for a walk at 8 a.m. because that way she'll be nice and like mellow to go in for her vet appointment, which is at 9:15. It's like a tech appointment to get her nails clipped. And I could probably just do maybe I'll just do a grocery order tomorrow. Like do grocery, like grocery pickup or grocery order. Go full grocery shopping on Friday. Because I don't have any other big things going on Friday morning. So that would actually, maybe I'll just do that. We use this little pink bag over here and we'll just do grocery order. That's just going to be the best way to do it because I have so much work I have to get done. I am behind on a big job. Aw, man. I was kind of hoping that this was going to be facing the right direction for the flamingo to use. Why did this get so bright all of a sudden? Holy crap. I use this little moped here because I don't need to put their flight on here because it's on my calendar and I'm not picking them up or dropping them off for the flight because I'm not in the same state as either of the flights. So there we go. I'll put time to relax on Saturday. Oh, I'm glad, Amy. I'm glad that you're planning your week out. So I'm just putting this here for washing my sheets. I washed my comforter yesterday, thank God, because I used to only, like, not the duvet. We use the duvet instead of the top sheet, but we have like a bedspread on top of that, which I never washed on the regular because I didn't need to because it didn't touch us. But now that Layla jumps on our bed a whole bunch, I'm washing it like every other week. I'm going to add this here. Tomorrow's trash and recycling, or not tomorrow, this Thursday. But I'm going to point to Thursday because that's when it's actually going to happen. But this is a reminder to bring it out on Wednesday night. Let's do this for the streams on Sunday. Looking at my weekly actions that I want to schedule, I've got Critters of the Night and Dog Friendly Date Night on here twice. That's fine with me. That's already in there. I've got this email put on my to-do list. I have not figured out what walk recipe I'm going to try and make this week, but I do have my manicure on there. My garden check-ins are on there, and my prune the green stalk is not on there, and I need to put it in here somewhere. Probably this day. I'm going to just say prune green stalk. That's the coolest day of the week. So that's the day I might be more willing to go outside to do that for longer than like 2 minutes. I've got most of this on here. I think the two pieces that I need to really figure out when are to schedule the HVAC. And then also I want to hang the print. That's what we're probably going to do on Saturday when Jesse's home, is have him help me hang that particular print in our bedroom. So I'm going to use this little checkbox right here. No. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe where's an exclamation point box? There we go. We'll use that. Hang print. Because we got to get that up. And we're going to have to crate the Layla when we do it because she put a hole through the first iteration of this print. All right. So means I've got most of my weekly actions already on here. And the ones that aren't are either habits or will get done. So here is the end of my week. Like I said, if you've got any tips on how to acclimate a dog to the water, please let me know in the comments. I'd also just love to hear anything you've got going on right now. And especially what's the weather like where you're at? Because it is fucking sucky here. And my patrons who've been on the stream with me have been telling me about their hot ass fucking weather as well. So tell me about your weather in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, peace.